Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new unboxing because, well, mail and stuff. Once again coming from the AUT RECORDS camp from Italy, a label you're well familiar with, run by Davide Lorenzon, basically at home in like experimental free improv, jazz improv, free jazz and all things related. Located in Ravine Lago in Italy, and they sent me stuff for years, actually probably ever since my channel existed or started to exist. So basically for, well, my channel is 11 years old, so minimum of 8 years I guess. They have been sending me stuff since the, I don't know, the catalog number 20 or so, I can't remember. But now, new stuff. Let's go into this quickly. I think there are 2 albums in there, so let's have a look. Basically, I planned to shoot this video yesterday on Sunday, but well, I had a great night out on Saturday, so I went out, met a friend who's been DJing in a place, and I hadn't seen him for a while, and I wanted to have a look at that place anyway. Made another friend and met another friend as well, because she was out and we had a drink in a place I wanted to have a look as well. So well, and it took me, I don't know, I was home about 4 and I hadn't planned that, so, and I had a few shots and a few whiskeys and stuff, so well, so Sunday wasn't the day to shoot a video, but let's do this now. So we got two albums here and a bit of info stuff, so let's find out what we got here. The AUT RECORDS camp has been super active recently, and they've like exceeded the catalog number 150, which is impressive for a basically self-distributed label. So as far as I know, they don't have a proper distributor that like ships out their CDs worldwide, so they are basically relying on BANDCAMP more or less. So to get that far with like a physical sound carriers only in that field of music is quite an achievement. So congrats on that once again. So let's have a look. This belongs here, this belongs there. So let's start with this one. AUT RECORDS 159, released on July 22nd, with an interesting name and a super interesting, beautiful artwork. I hope that works well on camera. So this is the Tonino Miano Trio, Moss Electric, which is an interesting name in itself. A trio consisting of Tonino Miano, Riccardo Grosso and Andrea Melani, piano, synth, double bass and drums. So a more or less classic, like small trio, small ensemble setup. And they unfold from the image of electric moss, a quiet, resilient presence, spreading across surfaces, weaving unseen connections between what is above and what lies beneath. They are working on a concept that suggests a descent into a domain where life persists beyond notice, dense, ancestral and quietly abundant. So basically this could like refer to microorganisms or like imagine digital life forms as well, because they are mentioning electric moss. So think of bits and bytes and viruses and stuff existing underneath the surface of your like desktop or your proper database. So there might be a connection there as well. The electric introduces another layer: currents, impulses, vibrations crossing space and matter, binding distant points into relation. Oh, they have modular systems as well in relation to the acoustic instruments, so this could be the synth mentioned there. That's interesting. So we got modular and like live acoustics, so this is a little bit of a branching out. The album looks like this. I really like the artwork because it's kind of darkish and dense. We got 9 tracks, 51 minutes basically. Here's the track list. I don't know if you can see this properly. And we got the CD here as well. Moss Electric, so this might be moss or like mold rather. This could be like a very macroscopic image of what is mold in a kind of petri dish This is the same in English, the dish where you grow bacteria and stuff. Super pretty. Gonna take this as a thumbnail, I guess, if it works. And we got another one, which is has been released on June 24th as AUT Records 155, which is a duo only, Graziano Gatti Quadri and Massimo Betti, the Nest Duo, so that's what they're called, the Nest Duo, A Whisper of Roots, 9-track album, 45-46 minutes. Also involves some kind of electronics, as I've seen, so let's find out what they are about. Cornet, electronics, vocals and guitar and more electronics, result of a 15-year collaboration and friendship, telling a story of refuge and the search for a new beginning. Through electronics, fragments of folk songs, this is interesting, nursery rhymes, also something we haven't heard on AUT Records in a proper way. I don't even remember they mentioning nursery rhymes at a point. And bell melodies, they transform this quest into a living sound world poised between melodic form and timbral research. Compositions arise from a reworking of folk materials, fragments of songs, melodic rhymes, melodic lines and rhythmic cells resurface as distant traces alongside original themes rhythmically inspired by folk traditions. So this is left field folk maybe, or like avant-garde folk if you want to give it a draw without hearing that. Central element of the work is the use of cyclical harmonic cells repeated in loop-like forms until they generate a hypnotic flow. So this could be like crowdsy a little bit, if I just draw the conclusion right now, because krautrock used to have this kind of like repeating patterns as well. And within the structure, Graziano's voice emerged as a narrative and textual presence. So there is a Bergamasque nursery rhyme connected to a childhood memory of the composer as well. And this is used in one of the pieces that is called Se Zampe. Excuse my Italian, I don't speak it. And this is an old folk lullaby from the Siriana Valley, a reassuring song addressed to a little girl, inviting her to sleep peacefully, since the noise she heard was only a reed moved by the wind. Interesting. Also, there are two songs in English as well, which refer kind of to Pharoah Sanders and Don Cherry in what they do. So this is a new direction for the AUT Records label, kind of using electronics and loops in a more present way, I guess. So let's have a look at the artwork. This is a nest, which is definitely suitable for a group that is called Nest Duo. CD looks like this. And we got a track list there as well. Track list is in Italian mostly, not all of those, but we got a nice variety of track length, I guess. We got some, one like sitting smack bang in the middle, which is like only 41 seconds, and others exceed like 7 minutes and 6 minutes. So this is a whole journey, I guess. And all the tree branches and stuff on the CD also suggest like a kind of calmer feel as well. So let's check this out. Nest Duo released on AUT Records on June 24th as well. So two new albums on CD, so these will be reviewed on my website nightstyles.de, which is still growing. I guess you know the score, you read this as well if you're watching my channel, so all the links to that website are down there, as well to other socials and stuff, and SoundCloud and Mixcloud and whatever you want to check out. So basically out for now, I'm going to go into editing mode. See you in the next one.